is why we're expanding into the United States. Barna Research Group in 2017 did a research study, a large one, on the American church, and a study of the pastors and the state of the pastors. And a simple question was asked of churchgoers: what is the Great Commission? Now, you and I, everybody in this room, you know the Great Commission, right? Matthew 28:19, go into all the world and preach the gospel. Go make disciples who make disciples, right? And do you know what the research showed? 51%, maybe it was 52%, said, I don't know what that is. These are churchgoers. Only 17% could articulate what the Great Commission was. And so if the purpose of the church is to make disciples, but we don't know what it is, there's a problem. Here's another one that really got me. 65% of American churches are stagnated or in decline. 52% pastors say that they don't have anyone that they feel they can talk to about their discouragement. And so when I heard those two things, I said, what we're doing in the Dominican Republic is we come alongside the pastor and to bring support, to provide a space in a small group of men just like them, struggling in the trenches, leading their churches, where they can feel safe, to be able to say, hey, I don't know what to do about this situation. Now, why would we come into the United States when there's abundant resources, there's workshops and seminars and conferences every time you turn around? Well, what I found is there isn't really anything that's new under the sun, right? But what we do find a lack of is very close, intimate, relational, coming alongside support. And that's really what we wanted to provide for the American pastor. And so I went over my 2 minutes on that first question. But I just get excited. Okay, let's keep
I was going to go on, but then that part about you've been in ministry for 20 years. What did you start at 7 or something? Got like a Opie complex. Okay, so how is the ministry different than what Loveserves has been doing in the DR? Or did you answer that already? You feel like you did?
Well, I could answer very simply. I went into research mode about a year ago to find out how we could take our process in Dominican that we've been working with Dominican pastors and recontextualize it for the American church. You know what I found out? A lot of the same issues are there as they are here. What pastors experience there is very similar here. And so with the exception of some anecdotal type of things in our trainings and in our coaching, really the same heart is behind it. We are seeking to help pastor to truly become an equipper of the saints, and because he's tired, he can't do it all, right?
So what are the top objectives for launching the pastor period?
I did allude to this a little bit. One of the top objectives is, like I said, providing a place where they can express their dreams, their excitement about what God is doing. But really, the second one is helping them to focus in one or two things. How many of you feel overwhelmed? Raise your hand. So from day to day, you feel overwhelmed with the things that, really, am I the only one? I felt overwhelmed today. Okay. We know that leading a church is difficult. You don't have to be a pastor to know this. If you know your pastor, he's a busy guy. So how do you keep a focus on the things that are truly equipping men and women and children to live out their life missionally in their community, day in and day out? Not just relying on the programs of the church, but truly making disciples who make disciples. How do you do that? You have to have focus. You have to have laser focus. And you can go to a seminar or read a book to learn about that, but until you have somebody who asks you and looks into your heart and your eye and say, how's that going? Then most of the time stuff doesn't get implemented. Am I right? So that's really one of our main objectives, is help them to focus.
And the big vision for the expansion into the U.S., to wrap it up, what would you say would be that?
So the big vision is, I don't know if you know this, but there is over 350,000 churches in America.
Wow.
350,000 churches in America. In Sarasota County, there's over 400 churches. Manatee County, pretty close to the same. But did you know in Sarasota and Manatee County that for every 3 people, 2 of them, so 2/3, are not affiliated with any church in either 2 counties? The harvest is white. We want to see church after church, cross-denominationally, starting right here. Let this be the epicenter of when churches, regardless of their denomination, are really focusing on equipping the saints for the work of ministry. Now, we know that that's what pastors do. That's what we do. That's what we preach. That's what we teach. But how do we help you, your wife, your children, to live every day on mission? And that is the struggle, but that is the vision.